Hey, yo, what's gaming players? It's your boy, Desmond Sharp, man, back out here on this Madden 21 franchise mode. And we are back with another game here in these playoffs. But we are in the divisional round of the playoffs. Yes, we are in the divisional round. And man, oh man, this is about to be some absolute fun. So, to kick things off, we kick things off from the AFC. We have the number 1 seeded New York Jets. They get set to host the 4 seeded Tennessee Titans. Now, as you take a look at this bracket, now I gotta tell you something. That wild card round in the NFC was ridiculous. You see that we had 2 close finishes in those 2 games, and I'm telling you, bro, we're hoping for more great action. But as you can see, the matchups that you're going to see in the divisional round, you're gonna see the Jets and Titans, Chiefs Ravens, 49ers Seahawks, and the Saints and the Packers. Now, every single one of these teams have an opportunity to punch their ticket to the teams in the AFC have a chance to punch their ticket to the AFC Championship, and the teams on the NFC have a chance to punch their ticket to the NFC Championship. So we're basically going to find out who's going to get their spot in those championship games for both conferences. But first, we kick things off from MetLife Stadium, because you know that the road to the Super Bowl in the AFC is going to go through MetLife Stadium. Now, if you didn't see the first round of the playoffs, which is the wild card, make sure to go back and watch those. It was just only 6 games being played, so make sure to go watch those games so you will not miss on what happened at the start of the playoffs. And make sure to check out the regular season from week 1 all the way to week 17 so you'll know how these teams got to the playoffs. I gotta tell you, this Madden 21 season was fun. I'm really glad you guys enjoyed that entire regular season from the start to the finish. We're set to continue these playoffs. So with that being said, let's head down to the home of the number 1 seeded New York Jets, MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the road to the Super Bowl in the AFC will go through MetLife Stadium. Which one of these teams is going to punch their ticket to the AFC title game? Let's find out. Let's go.
Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
Check this out. It's snowing in MetLife. I don't think anybody expected that, but we're gonna get it.
It's the New York Jets taking on the Tennessee Titans.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins.
All right, so the Jets, they're going to kick it off to the Tennessee Titans to begin the game. So we're going to see Christopher Parsons and that Tennessee offense out there. They played tremendous in the wild card round. Now they're on the road for their divisional round, and they're looking for an upset here at MetLife Stadium. Who's going to advance to the AFC title game? We'll find out as we're underway from MetLife Stadium. And Adam Humphries will take it, and he'll be tackled at the 27 as the Titans set to begin their opening drive, and Christopher Parsons leading the way.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from him. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
First play is Derrick Henry. And he's going to be tackled at the 30, a gain of 2 yards that time. Now, Derrick Henry, he played decent in the wild card round on the ground. Now, the Jets, this is their first time playing against a running back like Henry. And you know he has the heart of running the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And here's Henry again. And this time he's going to be tackled at the 38 and a first down for Tennessee. Now you got to understand that Jet team, they were literally the #2 defense this season, and they're hoping to prove it in this one.
Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun.
Parsons gets hit as he throws, and he finds Josh Levine, and no one's near him. Josh Levine to the house. Touchdown, Tennessee.
A big play there. 62 yards. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs.
How about that to start it on the road?
And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your head.
Here's Joseph for the extra point. And this one's up and good, and the Titans lead 7-0. What a start for the Titans.
And it ends with a Tennessee score.
So here's Kern to kick this one off for Tennessee.
That is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And Davis, he's not going to return this one. So the Jets are set to begin drive number 1 and leading them out. How about I call him the MVP of the regular season? D Sharp. Look at the numbers he put on the regular season. He played unbelievable.
Pressure this team feels, given that a perfect season is on the line. They heard it during the regular season. Now they've sat at home for 2 weeks hearing about it. Can they handle that as well as the team that they're facing in order to try and advance?
Play action is D Sharp, and he's going to complete this to Young Buck. And he's going to be tackled at the 40 and a first down for New York. A gain of 35 on the first play.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So Young Buck, his very first playoff game, he gets his first catch.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
And here's the first carry for Bell. And he's going to pick up a gain of 2 that time, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body.
And D-Sharp's going to try to read option. And he's only going to get a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down.
He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look.
D Sharp throwing, and that's complete. The rookie Denzel Mims. And he's got a jet first down at the 13.
Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
1st and 10, D Sharp, and he finds Le'Veon Bell, and Bell's got a jet touchdown.
Touchdown Jets from 13 yards out, and the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
What an answer.
Walking into the stadium, we saw a ton of people donning the jerseys of this rookie quarterback, so you know they love that opening drive, and he throws a touchdown pass.
He gave a little bit of confirmation about what they had hoped, right?
You gotta understand, the reason the Jets went on that winning streak is because of their passing offense. They have ran some, but it's been mostly the passing. And that's how D Sharp had finished with 73 touchdown passes on the season. And the Jets tied at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now it's
and here's Humphreys to return it. And he's going to be tackled right at the 25-yard line as Tennessee gets set to take over.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First and 10, Henry. And they're going to get him down right at the 26-yard line. A no gain on that one.
It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down.
Parsons gets hit as he throws, and that one's incomplete.
He's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just
he was trying to go back to Josh Levine. He already has a touchdown, but now it's 3rd down.
Because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football.
Parsons downfield, and it's picked off. Pierre Desir picks it, and the Jets, they're going to get the ball back.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Good starting field
so now the Jets set to begin their 2nd drive.
At the 45. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
D Sharp, and he completes this to Willis. And he's going to be tackled inside the 40 and a first down for the Jets.
Over 100 catches in the regular season, and
now Julian Willis, he almost won the receiving title, but he couldn't. He finished in 2nd though. He finished in 2nd in the receiving yardage. He was battling pretty hard to try to win that receiving title, but he couldn't do it. But we'll all give him his prop for actually trying to win that receiving title.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He's sharp, and he's gonna find Bell.
That's Bell.
And he'll go out of bounds at the 22-yard line. First down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, Hey, we got my oh, he just snuck out there.
And here's Bell, and Bell with some space. And he's going to be tackled right at the 5, and the Jets have a 1st and goal.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here.
1st and goal. D Sharp. And he's going to get rid of it. He seen the pressure right there. He didn't know if he was going to run or anything. So it's 2nd and goal.
It sails incomplete.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Bell. And he's going to get this one to the 2-yard line. Sets up 3rd and goal.
He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a 2nd time, but that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his 2nd first-quarter touchdown there.
D Sharp, and he finds Julian Willis. Touchdown Jets.
Touchdown Jets. A 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Jets have taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his
That's
team
already
has had,
2 touchdown passes for D Sharp in this 1st quarter. Quite a performance to start.
We've seen him improve throughout the year.
Extra point is good, and it's 14-7 Jets.
His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this one's sent away. And here's Humphreys to return it. And they're going to get him down, which will bring the 1st quarter to a close. 14-7, Jets with the lead.
14, Titans 7.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception.
And here's Derrick Henry. And he's going to be tackled right at the 26. No gain that time. 2nd and 10.
And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
And here's Henry. And they're going to get him down at the 30. A gain of 4 sets up 3rd and 6.
Detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Parsons looking around, firing, and that's incomplete. He was trying to go to Josh Levine. He looked open, but instead 4th down. So Tennessee's gonna punt it away. And Young Buck, he's not gonna return this one. And this one's gonna bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that story.
And here's Bell.
First down carry for Bell.
And he's going to pick up a gain of a yard on that one. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
D Sharp looking around. And that's caught. Young Buck. And he's got a Jet first down right at the 37.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
D Sharp throwing, and it's caught. Willis. And they're going to get him down at the 43 and a first down. That's his 3rd reception in this game, and another Jet first down.
They're going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
D Sharp throwing, and he finds Young Buck, and he's got a Jet touchdown.
Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
And how about that? 3 first-half touchdowns, passing-wise, for the MVP, D Sharp. And Tennessee, they had took the 7-0 lead, but since then, on their next 2 drives, remember he was the interception, and then they punted it, and now they're down 21-7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And Adam Humphries is not going to return this one, so Tennessee gets set to take over.
At the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know
Parsons over the middle, and he's got Levine.
Maybe a second fake, some double,
and they're going to bring him down at the 43 and a first down for Tennessee.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
A gain of 32 that time.
In their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw.
Parsons again, and he finds Levine again. And he's going to be tackled at the 23, and another Titan first down.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And with that, that's going to bring this one to the 2-minute warning.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on.
And here's Derrick Henry. And he's going to be tackled at the 21. A gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up.
Parsons to the end zone. Levine's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee. His second in the game.
21 yards away. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Joseph for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 21-14.
Ball game now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown.
So here's Kern to kick this one away.
Now as the kickoff's away.
And here's Davis to return it. And he's going to be tackled. Mark him at the 24-yard line as the Jets get set to take over. And the MVP, D Sharp. And he's already playing himself a good game. And when I'm calling him the MVP, I'm talking about when it comes to passing yardage wise. NFL MVP, but he won the passing title. So that's what I mean by calling him the MVP, because he's been playing well when it comes to passing.
Big arm right here, he has been great. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
D Sharp. And look at this, wide open. Young Buck. Where was the defense? And he's inside the 35, just like that.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw here.
D Sharp throwing, and that's caught. Denzel Mims. And he's going to be tackled inside the 20. And the Jets, they have themselves another first down.
He's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work.
And here's Le'Veon Bell.
They're not getting beat deep for big passes.
And he's going to be tackled at the 12-yard line, a gain of 4.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
D Sharp to the end zone, caught by Willis. Touchdown Jets. His 2nd in the ball game.
And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
And count that up. That is 4 first-half touchdown passes for D Sharp. You see, no wonder he won the passing title, because he's throwing the ball all over the field. No wonder why he won the passing title. No wonder. Here's the extra point. And this one is good, and the Jets lead 28-14.
28-14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a Jet touchdown.
And here's man to kick this one away for the Jets.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And Humphreys, he will take a knee in the end zone, so Tennessee gets set for their next drive.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey guys, you help dig this hole.
Parsons, and he finds Derrick Henry.
Let's go make some plays.
And he's going to be tackled at the 25. No gain there. 2nd and 10. And the Titans are going to move fast here. And Parsons, he's going to throw it away with 16 seconds.
16 seconds now on the clock.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And they're going to hand it to Derrick Henry. And he's going to be tackled at the 26. Sets up 4th down for the Titans.
As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's Brett Kern now.
So Brett Kern to punt it away.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter.
And Young Buck, he's going to make a fair catch right at the 22 with 7 seconds left.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
And here's Bell. And they're going to get him down at the 23. And that's it for the first half. The number 1 seeded Jets with a 2-touchdown lead over the 4-seeded Titans, 28-14.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens doing battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
Now in the first half, it's been okay. But a first half to remember for D Sharp. 4 first half touchdown passes, and he has his guys, his undefeated team, in the lead, number 1 seed, and they're looking to keep it so they can get themselves closer towards a Super Bowl championship. But they gotta get through this divisional round first. As the Jets looking to hold on to this lead and get themselves to the AFC title game, which they will host if they could somehow hold on to this lead. And here's D Sharp. And D Sharp, a game to remember. A game to remember. I mean, he is just putting on a show in these playoffs. He's just putting on a show. An absolute show.
You got the guys catching the ball too.
Yeah, you name it. It's all coming together for them. What they call that synergy. Everything working together really well. And right now, he's the focal point of it.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
Now here's Bell. And he's going to be tackled at the 27, but that's going to be going for a loss of a yard.
What do you think they're going to do to attack us in the second half? Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again.
And here's Bell again, and he gets leveled right at the 27.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot,
he lost another yard, so now 3rd and 12.
Third down, he'll drop to throw.
D Sharp, and that's intercepted. Kevin Byard picks it.
Here we'll go to the 31-yard line. Pretty much everything went
I think D Sharp must have threw it a bit too fast right there. But the problem is, D Sharp only threw 1 interception in the regular season. Only 1. And that was it. He never threw any ever since. But this is his first interception in the playoffs. So I'm pretty sure he's not mad about that. But he definitely would want to have that one back. And here's Henry. And they're going to get him down at the 28-yard line. As Tennessee looks to take advantage off the interception.
They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Parsons, and that's complete. Levine. And he's going to be tackled at the 13, and Tennessee has a 1st and 10.
He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys.
Parsons, and he's going to find Derrick Henry. And he'll go down at the 12. A gain of only a yard. Second and 9.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner.
And Parsons, he's going to run. And he's going to lose a yard here right at the 13.
Very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs
Parsons gets hit as he throws, and that one's incomplete. So now it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position.
So Joseph, and he's going to put in the field goal to cut the lead down to 11.
28, Titans 17.
So the drive stalls out inside.
So the Titans did get the interception, but they couldn't take advantage off of it. They got a field goal out of it, not what they wanted. They definitely wanted 6 to cut the lead down to a 1-score game. But instead, it's still a 2-score game. It's only an 11-point game.
At their own 27.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead.
And here's Bell.
That's on me.
And he's going to lose yardage here right at the 26-yard line.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
6-yard line.
The 2nd and 11 here for the Jets. D Sharp looking, and that's complete. Young Buck. And he's going to be tackled, getting this across midfield at the 48-yard line.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
D Sharp, and he completes this to Young Buck. And they're going to get him down inside the 40 at the 36.
Consecutive catches for him, that good for 11.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw.
Play action. D Sharp finds a wide open Young Buck for the Jet touchdown.
Touchdown, New York.
Another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road
That's touchdown pass number 5. That's touchdown pass number 5. And
no, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out
I
there,
guess that interception he threw didn't faze him at all, because he came out and does what he does. Basically did what he did the entire regular season, continue to find his receivers as the Jets extend their lead. It's 35-17. So here's man to kick this one off.
That is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And Adam Humphries, he will take a knee in the end zone. So Tennessee set for their next drive.
Here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
If you can see the numbers for Derrick Henry, not good. Only 22 yards rushing after the running numbers he put on in the wild card round. The Jets defense really stopped the run in this one.
That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
And here's Derrick Henry, and Henry finally gets a big run. He gets a stiff arm, and he's tackled across midfield at the 46. A big run there by Henry, and a first down for Tennessee.
Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Parsons, and that's complete by Levine. And he'll go out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And the Titans have themselves a first down. So a big run by Henry and another completion for Levine.
But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. 10th carry now.
And here's Henry. And he's going to be tackled at the 15, but for no gain. So second down. And with that, that's going to bring the third quarter to a close.
Advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run it again with
And here's Derrick Henry. And he's going to be tackled right at the 15. Sets up third down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
The Titans on third down.
The Jets defense looking to hold him.
This is 3rd and 9.
As Parsons finds Levine. And he gets leveled right at the 4, and it's a first and goal for Tennessee.
6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry?
And here's Derrick Henry. And they're going to get him down at the 2-yard line. Sets up
team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today.
Parsons to the end zone for Levine. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Tennessee. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm pretty sure that's 3 touchdowns for Levine in this game. He's literally trying to put his team on his back. And I don't blame him. I literally do not blame him whatsoever. Because the Titans are trying to stay in this game. They're trying to keep their season alive. Extra point is good, and it's back to an 11-point game.
75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score.
So here's Kern to kick this one away.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And Davis, he's not going to return this one. So the Jets offense gets set for their next drive. Look at those numbers. 5 touchdown passes.
Up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble.
And here's Bell.
1st and 10.
And he's going to be tackled at the 31. A gain of 6 there.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line is really hunkered down.
And here's Bell, and he's going to be tackled at the 35, resulting in a first down.
If you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
And here's another carry with Bell. And he's going to be tackled at the 43.
The tackle made by Kevin Byard. 8 yards on the pickup the 43-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
So 2nd and 2 here. Bell on another carry up the middle. And he's going to be tackled at the 44 and a Jet first down. It's been all runs on this drive, and Tennessee still can't get off the field because they do know that they need a stop to make it a one-score game.
Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And here's Bell. And he went backwards. A loss of 1 that time. 2nd and 11.
It's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
And here's another carry for Bell. And he's going to be tackled. And now this is going to set up a 3rd down. This is going to set up a 3rd and 13.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
And D-Sharp's going to try to run the option, but that one gets stopped, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to bring up a 4th down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's the Jets punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
And man's going to punt it. And this one is kicked into the end zone, and that one's going to be a touchback.
It's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. So now the Titans down by 11. 1:50 to play. It's certainly a tough situation on the road, needing 2 scores to stay alive in the playoffs as they come up 1st and 10.
And Parsons, he's going to be taken down. Quinnen Williams with the sack that time. A huge sack right there as Parsons, and it's incomplete. He was trying to go to Josh Levine, but now it's 3rd and 17.
Unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Parsons, a deep ball, Levine, and it's incomplete. So now it's 4th down, and Tennessee has no choice but to go for it. The Titans have no other choice but to go for it.
On time, no penalty, and before this drive can get wings, it's 4th down.
Parsons, the deep ball, and that's complete by Levine, keeping the game alive for now.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
Parsons, another shot for Levine. He's got it. Josh Levine does it again, and the clock's going to continue to run.
And the Titans 1st down.
The clock's going to continue to run. Parsons. Oh, that one could have been intercepted, but now it's 2nd and 10. So it's now 2nd and 10. Parsons, nowhere to go. He's sacked. And the Titans are going to use their 2nd timeout.
As they get it with just 19 seconds
3rd and long.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Parsons, and that one is caught, but Levine was out of bounds. So this is it. One stop by the Jets, and they are on their way to the AFC title game. Parsons gets hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. And that's going to do it. So the number 1 seeded New York Jets are going to punch their ticket to the next round, which is going to be the AFC Championship game, which they will host because they are the number 1 seed. So let's not forget, with the Jets winning this game, they will win 35-24 against the Tennessee Titans. The Jets are on to the AFC title game, and they will face the winner of the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. But the number 1 seed New York Jets can celebrate as they are heading to the AFC Championship game in the next week, because you know they're gonna host the AFC Championship game because they are the number 1 seed and they did win.
Charles Davis and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.
Now I gotta tell you, the Titans did bring their A game, but it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. No matter what they were trying to do, the defense just couldn't stop D Sharp and that Jet offense. They just couldn't stop them when it was passing the ball. They just couldn't stop them, and that's basically what cost them in this game. But you guys, congrats to the number 1 seeded New York Jets as they are on their way. Yes, the Jets are on their way to the AFC Championship game.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Now, I'm pretty sure the Jets are proud of that as they take this one 35-24 over Tennessee, an 11-point victory for New York, as they get the time to rest after this and then be prepared to host the AFC Championship game right after we get done with the divisional round. Now, they're going to be watching that Baltimore and Chiefs game to find out who their opponent is going to be in the AFC Championship game. So basically what I mean is the Jets are going to rest, and then they're going to watch that Ravens-Chiefs game. They're going to scoreboard watch and find out who is going to come to their stadium for the AFC Championship game. So here are the stats. D Sharp, the passing winner, he finished with 332 yards passing, 5 touchdowns on the game. Yes, he had that one interception, which was a bad throw, but it still didn't affect him at all. And Christopher Parsons threw for 266. What a season for him and his Tennessee team, as they're going to fall short here in the divisional round. They did get past the first round, but the second round, they had to go through the number 1 seed, and they actually did their best. They played their absolute best, but it just wasn't enough. But like I said, Christopher Parsons finished with 266, 3 touchdown passes, 1 interception thrown, and he got sacked twice. And now, I wouldn't say the sacks cost him or the passing numbers that cost him. Derrick Henry should have had a better game than what he had in the wildcard round. Because if you take a look at the rushing numbers, Derrick Henry finished with 54 rushing yards. That didn't happen in the wildcard round. He finished over 100 yards on the ground, and that Jet defense came to play. They came to play, and they actually stopped Henry in this one. And Le'Veon Bell finished with 53 yards on the ground. Now, here's the receiving game. Josh Levine, 10 catches, 265, 3 touchdowns. Young Buck, 7 catches, 210, 2 touchdowns. Julian Willis, 4 catches for 52 yards and 2 touchdowns. Denzel Mims, 2 catches for 42. Le'Veon Bell, 2 catches for 28 and a touchdown. And Derrick Henry, 2 catches for only a yard. So for the New York Jets, they get to celebrate as they are the first team to move on to the championship games that are going to be happening. And the Jets will get a chance to host the AFC title game, and they will face the winner of the Ravens and the Chiefs matchup in the AFC championship game. Anyways, if you enjoyed this first game here in the divisional round, be sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And next up, we're gonna be at Levi's Stadium. The road to the Super Bowl in the NFC is gonna go through Levi's Stadium. The number 1 seeded San Francisco 49ers get set to host their division rival from the NFC West, the 5th seeded Seattle Seahawks. That is in the next episode as the divisional round continues.